Okay, we're rolling. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Cinema Saturdays. I'm Blake Buchanan, and I'm here with my dad. See, the difference between the both of us is I make movies, and my dad sits on his ass and watches movies. So we're pretty much the same. How we doing today, Dad?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. We do this thing called Cinema Saturdays at home, where we watch movies every Saturday. We watch a movie from my Letterboxd watch list, and if anybody doesn't know what Letterboxd is, it's an app that you can rate movies 1 to 5 stars on, and you can create a watch list of movies that you've never seen. So, I thought it would be fun for me and my dad to watch a movie every Saturday. But then last Saturday, I was like, what if we did a podcast? And my dad looked at me like I was crazy. And I guess we're here now. And we're gonna review a movie. Dad, what movie are we gonna talk about today?
Naked Gun.
The first one. From, let's see, when did this movie come out? 1988. 88. So I've never seen this movie. First of all, the movie's not just called Naked Gun. It's called Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. And I've never seen it. Dad, did you see this movie when it came out?
Yes.
Because you're obviously a lot older than I am. Yeah, so this movie was directed by David Zucker, and David Zucker has also directed, obviously, the sequel to Naked Gun, but also directed the movie Airplane, which also had Leslie Nielsen in it. So yeah. So I didn't know what to expect when I first watched this movie. I obviously heard that it was like, you know, a wacky kind of movie about, you know, this police guy, and I was like, okay, I don't know exactly what it is, but I watched it, and it was just zinger after zinger after zinger. Dad, do you remember when this movie came out, and you remember seeing it or anything?
Yeah, I remember watching it.
What did you think of it the first time?
Hilarious.
You saw it. It really upsets me because they don't really make movies like that anymore, where they're openly like, they make gags out of everything. They make gag movies. My dad is looking up information about the movie, even though I have the page up. Anyway, they don't really make movies like that. I feel like movie studios now are kind of scared to make gag movies like that, where they can be openly funny and openly like sarcastic and all that stuff. And yeah. So let's just get right into it. This movie stars Leslie Nielsen, who actually came from more of a serious background. Who didn't really do any like funny movies. I think his first real comedic role was Airplane. And then he did this movie. Priscilla Presley. Don't know who the hell that is. I hope she goes on to have an amazing career. George Kennedy. Who I don't think I've really seen in a movie before. Let's see. We're new to this whole thing. Yeah, so it looks like George Kennedy is more known for like serious acting roles aside from the Three Naked Gun movies. And the Three Naked Guns. Yeah. And O.J. Simpson is in this movie. He's barely in it though. He's barely in it. They do a lot of funny gags with him in the hospital and all that stuff, and Weird Al Yankovic shows up, but we'll get into that. So let's talk about the movie. Dad, what did you think of the movie, and did it really hold? How long ago was that? 1988, like
1988. That was 37 years ago.
Like almost 40 years ago.
37.
That's almost 40, Dad. Look, I'm not trying to get into an argument with you. We're not Joe Rogan over here. We can't be spouting out our beliefs here. Okay, do you think it still holds up about 37 years later?
Absolutely. I mean, just because it's 37 years old, it doesn't mean that it doesn't get less funny.
I just think people are scared to make jokes like that, and because they do some like out of pocket things, like even the opening gag, where he stops the crime, and we have all these like racial stereotypes all in one room talking about how they're gonna destroy America, and I was just like, okay, of course they would make a joke like that. But I think, it was crazy. And, I like how they, killed, well, not really killed, they took out O.J. Simpson in the first, 30 minutes of the movie. And he's, bound by a hospital bed. But they still managed to do a bunch of funny bits with him, in his hospital bed, like the one where
he sits on the remote and
makes
him into a sandwich.
Yeah. He's like, and he's like, oh, what's that one where he okay, so throughout the whole movie, O.J. Simpson isn't all there, and he's explaining to Frank Drebin, who is the cop played by Leslie Nielsen, and he's like, I love you, and he's like, I love you too. He's like, no, drugs, and he's like, nurse, get this man some drugs. He's like, no, heroin. He's like, that's gonna be a tall order there. No, so they managed to do a bunch of funny things with him. And just the gags throughout the whole movie, the thing with when he's with the fish. I thought the thing with the fish was really funny, when he's got the fish stuck to his hand and it bites his nose and everything. I thought that was really funny. I like when he's scavenging through his apartment, the apartment building. And he finds he's looking through the drawers, and then he goes bingo, and he pulls out a bingo card. That's some Looney Tunes type shit right there. That's really funny. I guess also the movie, not only that, it's I like the part with his car. His car when his airbags blow up, and the car starts driving itself, and they're like, oh my god, and he's obviously not paying attention, so then he's like, police, stop it. And he's like, did anybody get a license plate? Did anybody get a good look at the driver? Yeah. And he's like, okay. And then I don't know. There were just so many awesome parts to this movie. And I honestly think, like, I don't know, because they're doing a reboot, a Naked Gun reboot. They're doing a new Naked Gun reboot with forgot who's playing him.
Liam.
Taken guy.
Yeah, it comes out in August.
2025. Liam Neeson and the Naked Gun. So I don't know. We'll see if that can live up to the standards of this movie. I also thought the relationship between I did not like the relationship between Priscilla Presley's character and Frank Drebin. I thought that was kind of stupid, and I was like, okay. But the joke about the huge condom was funny, I guess, when they're like, I only practice safe sex, and he's like, I do too, and they put on the big condoms. I thought that was stupid. And I thought the whole side plot with the Queen could have worked. I feel like they only had that side plot so they could do that joke where he puts on the microphone and then he goes to the bathroom and everybody could hear him go to the bathroom. I feel like that's the only reason they had that joke. What was your favorite joke of the movie? What was your favorite side gag of the movie?
Probably the 2 condoms.
The 2 condoms. I don't know. I thought that joke was dumb. I also, one of the smaller jokes that I thought were funny was when he was walking when he's in the science lab. Remember, and he's walking, and then they open up the door, and it's just like another set. I can't really explain it well, but it's like way fun. It's funnier if you see it in person.
He walks around the wall.
That's funny, because like that's how it's obviously made, and it's like it's so obvious that was supposed to be a joke. So I don't know. I thought that was dumb. I liked. I don't know. I would say that I like the whole mind control thing. I thought that was cool. They were like robots almost. But I felt like it wasn't really explored very well. I don't think it was very, very explored.
But they didn't explain how they did that, right?
Not really. They just like pressed a button. It's just like, oh, robots. They're like robot zombies now. It's like it's just the stereotypical like must kill Frank Drebin, like must blah blah blah.
Yeah, kill.
Must destroy.
Must kill the Queen.
Must kill the Queen. I don't know. I thought that whole idea could have been cool. Only if they did it right, though. If they did it right, I feel like it would have been awesome. But no, not really. I felt like that was, I don't know, just like the driver's ed thing was pretty funny. When the doctor is like going in there. And he gets the mind control, and he ends up,
he was gonna kill OJ.
The whole roles reversed. Am I right? Hey, you agreed with me. That's on tape now. Yeah, but he's like, must kill, and then Frank Drebin's like, oh no. And then he steals a car, right? The doctor guy, he steals a car. And then he's like, police! And then it ends up being that he
A driver's ed student.
this driver's ed student, and then a bunch of stuff happens. I thought it was really funny when the car blows up. He's still when like the top of the car blows up, he's still holding on to the wheel,
Yeah.
like as a separate thing. I thought that was pretty funny. And then when he's like, extend your hand. Now raise up your middle finger. When the driver's like, what are you doing?
The truck driver.
Yeah, when he's like, what are you doing? That was a bold thing. And then the driver's ed student just immediately turns into like this badass, like, all right, let's go, and
Stunt driver.
kick some ass. Yeah, some Evel Knievel shit. Yeah. I don't know. It was a good movie. It was what I expected. And I don't know if I would call it the funniest movie in the world. It is really funny, but I wouldn't call it the funniest movie in the world. So no. I like Leslie Nielsen in the movie is incredible. He knocks it out of the park in the movie. He's just incredible. To take sort of this deadpan actor, and I hope that's what they kind of do with Liam Neeson, is they take this deadpan actor and they make him incredibly funny. Because he gets some really funny bits in this movie. He's actually, like, hilarious. Priscilla Presley, I wish she was... I don't think Priscilla Presley's that good of an actress. I don't think she's that good of an actress. I love Priscilla Presley and everything else she's done, but I don't think she's that good of an actress. I feel like she's just there to be the dumb... I knew it as soon as she first walks in and she falls down the flight of stairs. As soon as that happens, I was like, okay, she's just here to be the dumb blonde, and everything. So, she's running into walls and everything else. And I'm like, okay, she's just here to be the dumb blonde. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they develop her character in more of the sequels.
Well, how much acting has she had before that?
That's a good question.
Does she have very much on-screen time?
I think so. I would think. Maybe not. Maybe they just pulled her out for the appeal. For the appeal of because that's her whole thing now, is she's the wife of Elvis Presley, whoever the hell that guy is. I don't know who that guy is. But I think maybe it was because of the appeal, maybe it was because of everything like that. Let's see how many credits she has on IMDb. Today, you want to talk a little bit more about the movie while I'm looking up? Talk about what you more enjoyed of the movie while I'm looking all this up?
Well, looks like she has quite a few.
Excuse me, are you my Jamie? I'm looking things up. You put your phone down, and we'll just talk about the movie.
We're talking about a character that's in the movie.
Talk about the movie itself while I look this up.
Well, I've already got it.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to look up some fun facts about the movie. And why don't you talk about what you more enjoyed from the movie and what... And stuff like that? Or just talk about whatever? We're first-time podcasters. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. How does the Hawk Tuah girl do this shit, man?
Huh.
When are we going to start selling Bitcoin? When are we going to scam people out of Bitcoin? Are we considered sellouts now because we started a podcast?
Maybe, I don't know.
I guess so. Oh, I like movies. I'm gonna look up just talk about the movie and talk a little bit more about the movie while I get this pulled up. Sorry, he's a little antisocial. He doesn't really know how to talk.
No, you're funny.
I know I am. Thank you for noticing. You know, back in the day, I was awarded the class clown in my 5th grade class.
Oh, yeah? Fifth grade?
Mm-hmm.
Just a few short years ago?
Just like 2 days ago, yeah. No, but what? So watching this movie, right, and having the new one come out now. What are you expecting anything from the new one now? Do you think it can live up to the?
I don't know if it can live up to this one.
Because
or any of the other ones.
You've seen
I've seen all of them.
We've seen the trailer to the new one. And I think just the trailer itself. I think the trailer has some funny bits. I just need to see more of the new movie.
I don't remember much about the trailer.
There was a.
Where did we see that?
Hold up.
Hold on, I got it right here.
Hold up. All right, so we just watched the trailer to the new Naked Gun, and what'd you think, Dad? I've seen that trailer before. I've seen that trailer, so.
Well, if the trailer is like the whole trailer is like the movie, then it might be close to the new one or to the old one.
What do you mean by that?
Well, just the scene what we saw in the trailer, the funny part.
With the cops?
Yep.
Well, they're all cops, but the bank.
Yeah. Well, with the scene with the standing in the middle of the bank.
Yeah.
And then with them all, they all seem like they're retired or...
All dead.
No, they're related to the previous...
Yeah. I thought the
characters.
I thought the OJ bit was funny.
Yeah, OJ bit was funny.
Where he shakes his head and he's like, no. I don't know. I need to see more of the movie, but we should definitely, when that comes out, we should definitely do a podcast episode on that. We'll get to our next episode here in a minute, but here in a little bit. But yeah, let's go. Let's look up some fun facts about Naked Gun 1. I'm really interested to see, because I think I want to know I kind of want to know what the production was like of Naked Gun, and you know, because you know what I want to know? I want to know how they got the opening credit shot. You know what I'm talking about?
When he's over in the Middle East or wherever?
No. After that, where the car is driving through, and the car is driving through like a person's house, and then like a women's shower, and then they stop and get donuts. That I want to know how they film that, because that was really cool. That's what caught my eye first. I also want to say that I thought the bad guy was pretty stupid. I thought the bad guy of the movie.
Bad guy?
I didn't like him. Not in the way that like you're supposed to, but like I thought he was a dumb character. No, but that shot just like really opened my eyes. And I also thought like the whole thing with his ex-wife,
Yeah, where he
Was-
talks about her
Yeah.
moving on and getting married.
And then, like, dead, right?
So what about the national anthem at the game?
Oh my god. What was that guy's name? The guy that he dressed up to be.
Enrico Palazzo.
Enrico Palazzo. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, and he doesn't know the words. Like, that's funny. And then he dresses up like someone else, too, right?
The umpire.
Yeah.
Does the umpire.
And then there's that whole bit where he's every time, like, they get a strike, he, like, dances around the field and all that stuff. I thought that was funny. And then after they catch the guy who was going to kill the queen, the robot, zombie, whatever the hell, guy.
The baseball player?
The baseball player that they turned into the zombie robot.
His name's Reggie Jackson. He was an actual baseball player.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
No, that's cool. Did they get him to actually...
Yes, that was actually him.
Did they actually get him to play in the
Yes,
movie?
that was actually him.
That's cool. What was the team that they were? The Angels?
No, it was Oakland and... Was it Oakland? Oakland and the Angels, I think.
Yeah. No, but they go and they
It may have been Seattle. I don't
okay.
remember.
Okay. They go and he's like, must kill the queen, and then Revan goes and stops him. And then the lady's like, the umpire just saved the queen. And he's like, and then his friend, I forgot who his friend was. He was the
Chief of police.
the chief of police. He was like, that's not the umpire. And he takes off his hat, and everybody in the crowd goes, Enrique Palazzo! And he's like,
Save the
Enrique!
Yeah.
Enrique! Like, it was just, that was a little,
So after Leslie Nielsen died, ESPN put out a Enrico Palazzo obituary.
The what?
An obituary for Enrico Palazzo.
Oh. So it's a memorial for him and not Leslie Nielsen?
It's a tribute to Leslie Nielsen, but they made it Enrique Palazzo because he umpired the game.
Okay, I thought it was like, hey, it sucks that you died. Here's a memorial for somebody else who died, like.
No, they did it as a tribute to Leslie Nielsen.
Okay. When did he die?
Like 2010.
Yeah, so he's been dead for like 10 years.
Yep. And then several years after the movie came out, the Queen Elizabeth attended an A's game versus the Orioles in Baltimore. And Reggie Jackson, which is the guy that was supposed to kill the Queen at the game, was a coach for Oakland. And so he got to meet the actual Queen.
Was that not the real queen in the movie?
I don't think so.
I was questioning
I don't
that.
think it is.
I was questioning that throughout the whole movie because I was like, is that actually Lizzie?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay, because I was like, okay, according to the director and the DVD commentary, the studio intended on casting casting an Oscar winner in one of the major roles. This led to the casting of George Kennedy, who plays the chief of police, who had been competing for the role of his character Ed for several months, saying the furious at having missed the chance to spoof himself an airplane. So he was just, that character was just him spoofing himself in the movie.
No?
Which is just a spoof of him in Airplane, which is a movie we should check out. We should review that review that for the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what movie we should review for the podcast?
What?
Blazing Saddles.
Oh boy.
That's a 2-minute podcast right there.
Yeah.
That's a 2-minute. We can't mention any of the jokes in Blazing Saddles.
So Jeanette Charles played Queen Elizabeth.
Okay. Because I was questioning that. Because I had no idea if that was...
She was a British actress.
What is she, dead now?
She died a year ago,
Oh, R.I.P.
June 2nd, 2024. She was 96 years old.
Oh, R.I.P. R.I.P. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that's really interesting. I think that's interesting how he kind of spoofed himself in Airplane. It's a movie we should review for the podcast. So when are we going to start selling people NFTs? So when are we going to make a Cinema Saturday Bitcoin? A cinema coin.
Cinema coin.
A cinema Saturday Bitcoin. Marketing opportunity. We're gonna meet Priscilla Presley next weekend. Should we get her on the podcast? Should we get Priscilla Presley on the podcast? Even though I just talk shit about her acting?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Should we get Michael J. Fox on the podcast? We'd be popular. Again, we'll get better at this as time goes by, because this is our first episode of this podcast. Yeah. When should we? I don't know when we should. We should definitely watch the other two in review.
So,
for the podcast.
Naked Gun was a TV series.
That's right, Police Squad.
So here, a few characters from the television series were recast for the film franchise. These include O.J. Simpson, George Kennedy, and Leslie Nielsen, and Ed Williams, and Tiny Ron were the only main characters to stay the same.
Oh, they were to stay the same.
Yeah, so they were all in the TV series.
Even O.J. Simpson?
Yeah,
He was in it?
he's the first one they mentioned.
I had no idea O.J. Simpson was an actor. Guys, welcome to the O.J. Confession podcast. Yeah, I had no idea O.J. Simpson was an actor.
Yep. So John Houseman, this was his final film before his death.
Who did he play?
He died on October 31st, 1988, at the age of 86, and the film was released on December 2nd, 1988.
Man, they filmed this movie quick. I wonder.
That was the driving instructor.
Oh, that sucks, because I did like, that's probably my favorite bit of the movie. No, I honestly, I like the movie, but I felt like it was just there to tell gags. The whole movie was just there to tell gags, and you know what, I'm there for it. I'm definitely there for it. I felt like I like movies that have a good story, but at the same time can tell gags. But I don't know. It's how I kind of feel with Mel Brooks movies. Is Mel Brooks movies will hit you with one joke after another. But you know, I feel like the chemistry of the actors really distracted from that point. Except for, I felt like Priscilla Presley and Leslie Nielsen, they had no chemistry together. And they've done, like, there's 2 more of these movies. I don't think they had any chemistry together.
So the opening scene, the terrorist organization that Frank attacks and beats up in the opening scene was written as a nod to Spectre, the terrorist organization in the James Bond film franchise.
I feel like this whole movie is just like a parody of Bond.
It is. There's a bunch of them.
That's
so
what
in the refrigerator, the mayonnaise had an expiration date of 1982.
Yep, had an expiration date of 1982.
The year the Police Squad TV show debuted.
Yep, I noticed that. I didn't realize that. We should watch Police Squad. We need to watch Police Squad now. I noticed really that this movie isn't really streaming anywhere. It's not on really any of the streaming services. You gotta rent it or buy it. And it's just like watching it like nobody wanted it.
So there's a lot of tributes to James Bond.
A lot of tributes to James Bond. Well, that's
the movie, yeah.
That's like, I felt like this is definitely a parody of James Bond and you know, just any spy movie really, because I felt like because this was like before. I felt like spy movies at this time were more jokes than anything, and then Mission Impossible came out and like knocked us, you know, out of the water. Should we talk about Mission Impossible? Should we watch Mission Impossible, all 8 of them for a podcast? Audio listeners, my dad just
I don't think I've seen any of them.
I have not seen any of them either. There's a connection to Mission Impossible, to the movie that we're gonna review next week, which we will get to here in a little bit. But I don't know. This movie, again, I keep saying this over and over because I think it's automatically true, is that studios are just scared to make movies like this. They're scared to make gag movies like this. They don't, you know, because I'm trying to say this in a way that I won't get a call from NPR in the morning, or TMZ. Movies are scared because the general public now, when it comes to movies, they're so scared of certain jokes. They get offended by every joke ever. And I feel like if they made this movie today, like not the reboot, but this movie today, it would not go over well. Especially the scene where he is going through the apartment complex, and you're gonna automatically know what I'm talking about. That he's walking out through the window, and he grabs the statue, but he grabs the dildo. There's a statue with a dildo on it, and I felt like, and the dildo ends up. So a woman comes out, and she's terrified, but then a woman comes out and she's terrified, and she just sees Frank holding on by this statue's dildo, right? And he ends up breaking it off, and he ends up falling into the woman's apartment, and he's literally just coming at this woman with a stone dildo. They would not do that today. They wouldn't do that at all. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall here. But you know, I don't know. I think people are scared. I think the new Naked Gun movie will. I hope they go crazy with the jokes, but at the same time, I understand if they kind of tone down and they give it more of a story than a gag-filled movie. Because I feel like that's what Naked Gun really is. I feel like it's not really a movie that depends on its that leans on its story for support. I feel like it leans on more of its gags for support. But
Well, what's the storyline of the new one?
I have no idea. They've been very protective, I guess you could say, over the new Naked. Hold on, let me pull it up. Over the new Naked Gun movie. I feel like there's a lot of legacy sequels. I don't think this is really a like a remake or a reboot. I think it's more of a sequel, like a legacy, like the Top Gun Maverick. I feel like ever since Top Gun Maverick came out, they're trying to do these legacy sequels. Because I feel like Top Gun Maverick was the blueprint. I can't really think of a movie that came out before Top Gun 2 came out that really. I feel like it was kind of the blueprint for legacy sequels.
Ghostbusters.
Which one? Which one?
Well, they just came.
The
out.
one with the women?
No.
That one? No.
No. The one where it did the daughter and the grandkids.
Oh, that's right.
In Texas.
That's right.
They had to move to the farm where all the monsters were stored.
Yeah, that's right. Not monsters, ghosts. Ghosts. It's not called Monster Busters, Dan.
I know.
It's not
Ghostbusters.
Called Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters. Let's see what the plot for the new Naked Gun is. If they even have.
I think you're right. I don't think it says a whole lot.
Because from what I've seen, they've been very secret. Yeah, it just says just gives kind of a description.
Yeah.
Only one man has the particular set of skills to lead the police squad, and save the world. Lieutenant Frank Drebin Jr., which is basically just like a Taken parody. It's just a parody of Taken, which was the movie where he, said, "I have a very particular set of skills." Yeah, anything else to say about the movie? About the original?
No, not really.
How do you think it defined... You think it really defined comedy? You think... in film? Or do you think films...
No, because there's films before it that are funny. Some of them that you've never seen that we need to watch.
And review for this podcast?
Possibly.
What movie should we watch for the podcast?
I told
It's been a long day, Dad.
We need to watch the Police Academies. We need to watch the Animal House.
Animal House with Belushi. That'd be a good episode.
Right. Yeah, we need to watch those. There's several Police Academies.
I'll probably just watch it.
We need to watch Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, that's a classic. We need to watch those.
All right. So should we say what we're gonna watch next week?
Sure, go for it.
Let me get it pulled up real quick, so that way. First of all, before we do that, out of 5, what would you rate Naked Gun?
4.5.
I also said 4.5. I rated it 4.5, and I gave it a like on Letterboxd. And if you all want to follow me on Letterboxd, you can follow me at Letterboxd. My username is just Blake Buchanan. That's just my username. And I watch movies quite a bit, mainly because I have nothing to do with my life. and you can find my dad sitting on his ass watching television. Anyway, should we say what we're gonna watch next week?
Sure. Reveal it.
Well, let me get it up real quick. Now, this is a movie that we've both never seen. I don't think you've seen it before.
Nope.
I don't think you've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't. I've not seen it. I know that I've seen bits and pieces, but I've actually never seen the movie all the way through. Next week, we will be reviewing, and hopefully our review is going to be a lot better next week. Because honestly, this was shit. This was really bad. We just sat here and we just talked about the movie. Next week, we're going to be watching The Iron Giant. The Iron Giant, directed by Brad Bird. Now, I said earlier that Mission Impossible and let's see, Brad Bird. Brad Bird is the director of The Incredibles, both Incredibles movies, is the director of Ratatouille, is the director of the movie Tomorrowland with George Clooney, and is the director of Mission Impossible 4. So it's time to watch all eight Mission Impossibles? Is that how many there are?
Well, I think the new one makes 8.
Okay.
I don't know.
The new one's split into, like, 2 movies, right? It's like 2, right? No?
I don't know. I think I've seen the first Mission Impossible and that's it.
I've never seen any of them. I remember we tried, but, like, we couldn't. Anyway, next week, we're going to watch The Iron Giant, and hopefully our commentary and our reviews are a lot better, and we know what the hell we're doing. Because, honestly, kind of roped my dad into this. I said, Dad, you want to do this? I said, Dad, how would you like to be the next Talk to Us? And he said, my dad said, in his own words, he said, when are we going to start selling the people Bitcoin? That's what my dad said. That's what my dad said.
Lies.
I am not lying. No, but we will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching Cinema Saturday. And hope to have a good time. Anything else?
Nope. See you next week.
See you next week. I don't know how to stop the recording. Give me 1 second.